Hello everybody, and welcome to another moment of science. Today we are doing topographic maps. And basically what a topographic map is it will show you the land features and what kind of elevations each land feature has. So the first thing I want you to do right now is I want you to pause the video and tell me what the land features you see in this white tub. Okay, so take a few minutes and describe in detail what you see in this tub. When you're ready, unpause the video and continue watching. All right, so what we're gonna do today is I am going to put this piece of plexiglass on top. Okay? And with my marker, I'm gonna start drawing a map of what I see. And every good map starts off with a border. Okay? So I'm going to draw what I see here as the outline of the map. Okay. Now, my outline is going to look probably a little off compared to what you're seeing, because from my point of view, it looks this way, but from the point of view of the video camera, it looks a little slightly off. So you're gonna notice that my lines look a little off compared to what you would see. So what I'm gonna do next is I am going to pour in some water until it gets to each one of these lines. And these are gonna be our contour lines. So I'm gonna pour water in until it gets to that first line. Okay. Now, I did choose green water this year. In years past, I've chosen blue water, and a lot of the time students will get confused and think that this area is flooding and we're having issues like that, but that's not really the case. We're not having any flooding issues. We're just filling up to make sure that we know where each elevation is. So I had a bunch of colors to pick from. Red, I didn't really want anybody to think of blood or anything like that. Yellow, obvious issues with that. We don't want to have any people think I'm using something weird. So green was my only option left. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna draw what I see as what is left above the water line. And again, my lines are gonna probably be off compared to what you see in the video, just because my head is at a different point of view from where you are. Okay, and I'm going to label these lines line number 1. As I'm doing this, you are going to write down what you see as the land features slowly disappear under the water. Each time I do this, you're going to compare what you see as left. So I'm going to put my plexiglass back on, and I'm going to draw again what I see. Again, remembering that as you're watching this video, it's going to look a little off. Okay, and I'm going to label that one number 2. So, as you notice, this will look like the topographic maps you've seen in videos and on worksheets and stuff like that. But now you're actually seeing one being created in action. So I'm hoping that watching one being created, you'll get a better idea of why a topographic map looks the way it does. And I'm going to label that one number 3. As you can see, I have a few steps left. Each one of these steps is completely equal in depth. So every time I do this, I'm going up the same amount of height. And that's exactly what happens on a topographic map. Every time you go up a line or down a line, you're going the exact same amount up or down, and that we call the contour interval. Label that 4. And we're going to keep moving. Got a couple steps left. Need some more water again. Till I get to that step. There we go. And you should be noticing that every time I do this, the amount of space or land that is still above the water line is getting smaller each time. And if we're looking at land features, that should be exactly what happens. All right, and this last one, I don't think it's going to make it to that next line. So I'm going to pour until I get to the very last bit of land that is still above the water. And I'm going to put an X right where that is to show where the highest point is on this map. Now, this is a finished map. When I want you, what I want you to do now is I want you to use this map and what you've seen in this video to answer the rest of the questions. Some of the questions are going to be about the contour lines and the contour interval between the lines. Some of them are going to be about what land features you see. Some of them are going to be about what you would do in a situation. One of my questions is about building a house. Where would you build a house on this map and why? Okay, so please use what you've learned in this video and what you've learned from previous assignments to answer those questions. Thank you for joining me for another moment of science.